In American suburban communities, McMansion is a pejorative term for a type of large, new luxury house which is judged to be oversized for its parcel, or incongruous and out of place for its neighborhood. Alternatively, a McMansion can be a large, new house in a subdivision of similarly large houses, which all seem to be mass-produced and lacking in distinguishing characteristics, as well as appearing at odds with the traditional local architecture. The neologism McMansion seems to have been coined sometime in the early 1980s. It appeared in the Los Angeles Times in 1990 and the New York Times in 1998. Related terms include Persian palace, garage Mahal, starter castle, and Hummer house. Marketing parlance often uses the term tract mansions, or executive homes. An example of a McWord, McMansion associates the generic quality of these luxury homes with that of mass-produced fast food by evoking the McDonald's restaurant chain. Description: the term McMansion is generally used to denote a new, or recent, multi-story house of no clear architectural style, which prizes superficial appearance over quality. It may seem too large for its lot and rarely has windows on the sides due to closely abutting upon the property boundaries, giving the appearance of crowding adjacent homes. A McMansion is either located in a newer, larger subdivision or replaces an existing, smaller structure in an older neighborhood. One real estate writer explains the successful formula for McMansions: symmetrical structures on clear-cut lots with Palladian windows centered over the main entry and brick or stone enhancing the driveway entrance, plus multiple chimneys, dormers, pilasters, and columned seguro, and inside, the master suite with dressing rooms and bath spa, great rooms, breakfast and dining rooms, showplace kitchen, and extra high-end wide garages for multiple cars and SUVs. Typical attributes also include a floor area of over 3,000 square feet, ceilings 9 to 10 feet high, a two-story portico, a two-story front door hall with a chandelier hanging from 16 to 20 feet, two or more garages, several bedrooms and bathrooms, and lavish interiors. The house often covers a larger portion of the lot than the construction it replaces. McMansions may also be built in homogeneous communities by a single developer. Origins: beginning in California in the 1980s, the larger home concept was intended to fill a gap between the more modest suburban tract home and the upscale custom homes found in gated, waterfront, or golf course communities. Subdivisions were developed around such communities, as well as in pre-existing neighborhoods either in empty lots or as replacements for torn-down structures. The larger homes proved popular and demand increased dramatically, particularly in light of new land management laws that were enacted in the 1980s and 90s. Efforts to economize may have led to a decline in quality for many of these new homes, prompting the coinage of the disparaging term. Because these homes emphasize instant gratification, they are rarely designed with energy efficiency, environmental sustainability, maintainability, and longevity in mind. In a development that runs counter to the previous boom in construction of McMansions, recent reports suggest that the Great Recession has caused new house sizes in the United States to stabilize. Attributes: location equals a traditional upscale custom home is found in one of the city's most affluent residential neighborhoods, which are typically gated, waterfront or ravine, or golf course communities, all of which have some of the highest residential property taxes in the city. Most of these communities are usually well established, being inhabited by traditional blue-blood families, and the real estate prices tend to be high but stable. The houses themselves feature architectural preferences in general accordance with the neighborhood. By contrast, the McMansion larger home is typically constructed on the outskirts of the city, often further out from the city center than suburban tract homes. McMansions are often found on land that is zoned as agricultural instead of residential, and often outside of the city proper limits, as both of these result in lower property taxes. These areas may be in demand by buyers who desire a bigger house than the tract home but do not have the means to afford homes in the city's traditional upscale neighborhoods. Due to this demographic, which is more susceptible to boom and bust economic cycles, prices are volatile and often fueled by speculation. Another reason why McMansions are generally found in outlying suburban areas is that lot sizes in older neighborhoods usually are not conducive to residences of this large scale. McMansions usually are constructed among other large homes by a subdivider on speculation. They generally are built en masse by a development company to be marketed as premium real estate, but do not offer custom features. The construction of what seems to be too large a house on an existing lot will often draw the ire of neighbors and other local residents. In 2006, for example, a recently built house in Kirkland, Washington, an affluent suburb on Seattle's East Side, stood so close to an adjoining property that, in the words of the chair of the city's neighborhood association, you can read the lettering on the canned vegetables in the house next door. Design equals. McMansions often mix a bewildering variety of architectural styles and elements, combining quoins, steeply sloped roofs, multiple roof lines, complicated massing and pronounced dormers, all producing what some consider an unpleasant jumbled appearance. The builder may have attempted to achieve expensive effects with cheap materials, skimped on details, or hidden defects with cladding, though construction quality may be subpar and materials shoddy. McMansion buyers are eager. The real estate writer locates them in the generation of my angst-ridden Boston University students, mostly young, mobile, career-oriented, high-salaried 30 and 40-something individuals, who are time squeezed to hire an architect but seek a luxury home that they might soon sell whenever it's time to move on. Another unflattering observation is that some McMansions have been designed from the inside out, rather than from the outside in. Because priority has been given to the interior, a house's exterior appearance suffers, with oddly placed windows and an amorphous or bloated quality. Economics. From the perspective of a home builder who owns a lot, luxury homes of 3,000 square feet or more are more profitable than smaller homes. Many communities have few residential lots available. Thus, those builders who acquire them are likely to build a luxury home. As of 2014, 32% of the new homes being built were 3,000 square feet or more, and the average size of new construction had increased to over 2,600 square feet. Criticism. The widespread disdain for the McMansion stems from perceptions that these houses look and feel inappropriate for a given neighborhood, are wasteful in terms of space and resources, project the pretentiousness of their owners, and a general discordance in architectural preferences. McMansions have received extensive criticism in Australia because they do not blend in with the archetypal Australian home and because they use render materials that give an ugly, over-the-top and exaggerated appearance. Australians often buy older, modest houses as tear-downs and build McMansions on the vacant land, leading to one observer noting that in the country a poor house stands side by side with a good house. See also, mansion, urban sprawl. References. Further reading, Bernstein, Fred A. Are McMansions going out of style? The New York Times, October 2, 2005. Fletcher, June. The McMansion Glut. The Wall Street Journal, June 16, 2006. Lenberger, Christopher B. The Next Slum? The Atlantic Monthly, March 2008. Rybczynski, Retold. How McMansions Go Wrong. Slate.com, January 4, 2006, Long, Joshua. 2010. Weird City, Sense of Place and Creative Resistance in Austin, Texas. University of Texas Press. On Architecture, Collected Reflections on a Century of Change, by Ada Louise Huxtable, Bloomsbury Publishing USA, 2008. External links. Photographs of a McMansion's interior, including the tall hallway with chandelier, Boston.com.